Hello my lovelies, here we are again. I have another video for you guys. This time around I decided to do a beauty video, especially for you makeup beauty lovers out there. I decided to create one of my favorite looks that I love to do. I'm all about sort of like doing the neutral and natural looks with just a little bit of pop with the eyeliner. I decided to use the Mikasa brushes that I recently got to kind of create this look for you guys here. Stick around and find out how I created this look. Just keep on watching. So let's get started. So I'm starting out with my bare face. I've actually already prepped it, so it's clean, and I've done like my skincare routine and stuff, which, by the way, let me know if you would like for me to create a separate video that has to do with like my morning / skincare routine, because I can definitely do that. But my face is already prepped, so it should be good to go for applying makeup now. The first thing that I like to do is I like to make sure that my hair is either in a bun or it's tied back in some form so it doesn't get in the way. I will actually be focusing on applying my makeup with these Mikasa makeup brushes that I recently got, and I am looking forward to trying them out because they are just so soft and I think they would be amazing. So my makeup is basically going to be applied with these brushes here, minus of course the foundation part, because the foundation I actually use a sponge. I will be using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, which is the matte and poreless in the color 310, which is sun beige. So this one is perfect for those who have like oily skin like I do. I tend to get very oily, especially in my T-zone. So far this foundation has absolutely been amazing to use. So I'll be starting out with that. When it comes to foundations, I'm all about the idea of building, so I like to start light at first. So if I want to go with a really natural look, I'll just kind of leave it super light, or if I want to kind of create more coverage, then I'll usually apply another layer. But right now I'm going to start out light and see how I feel. And if I need more, then I will apply another layer. So my skin is actually not in the best condition right now, which honestly, if it looks bad now, it was terrible about a week ago. But right now I'm actually detoxing, so I've actually noticed some improvement on my skin. And that's kind of usually how I know when it's time for detoxing, aside from my body, is how does my skin look? If my skin doesn't look its greatest, then that usually means it's time for a detox. And if I'm looking this way, it's because I actually have my mirror. So that's covered at its lightest, so I might need another layer. So I'm gonna apply a little bit more, especially in the areas where my skin isn't the greatest. I'm really all about these beauty blenders because I just love the finish that it always gives to my makeup. And it just makes it really flawless. I used to use the brush all the time, but I actually got really accustomed to these beauty blenders that this is actually all that I really use. So that's about like medium right there. I can actually go heavier if I want to, but I actually like to leave my makeup light to medium coverage and not super. So I could always add in another layer if I want to, but I think this is actually good. So I will be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circle in the color medium. So this is by far my favorite concealer. This is all that I use, and anytime I actually want to create like more of a natural look and I don't want to use foundation, I just use concealer. So this is my favorite one and I absolutely love it. I love the consistency. And it's just amazing. So I apply this, like I do like a little triangle. I apply this underneath my eyes because obviously I got the dark circles. Around my nose because I have a little bit of redness. I usually also like to apply here, my chin, a little dot. I like to apply it on my brow bone to kind of create more of a highlight there. and then also right in the center. Again, also just to kind of create some light and glow and focus. Taking my beauty blender again, and I'm just going to blend this out. And I'm really trying so hard not to make like the weird faces. But believe me, I can actually make the weird faces. Just go straight down my nose. So again, when it comes to like blending and putting the product on my skin, I like to do it carefully. And I like to take my time with it. So this is probably like the slowest part for me when it comes to applying my makeup, or at least this is the one area where I really take my time. So before I continue on with my face, I'm actually going to be applying a lip product so that can kind of do its own thing while I'm applying my makeup. So I'm going to use Lush Mint Juleps, which is the lip scrub, on my lips, because I know later on I will be applying a lip product on my lips, and my lips tend to get really dry and chapped, so I want to make sure that I smooth them out as much as I can. So I will be applying this right now. And I'll be applying another product right after this, but first I like to do the scrub before I continue on with the rest of my face. So I just take a little bit and I just scrub. And if you have like a lot of like the sugar left over, you could always like kind of take like just like a wet towel and just kind of dab it on your lips a bit to kind of remove any excess sugar. But since I only did a little bit, this actually already kind of did its own thing and it's gone and it's disappeared. I will not be pronouncing the name on this because I am awful and I don't want to butcher it, but I will be using this one next on my lips, which is it's like a lip balm and it's in the rose fragrance. I like it because it just really smooths out my lips, and I actually use it throughout the day as well. So I'm going to dab a little bit of this on my lips just so that while I am working on finishing up my face, my lips can kind of get moisturized during the process, and it smells so good, you guys. I like to use bronzer on my face, believe it or not. So I am actually going to use Tarte, which is the Park Avenue Princess Amazonian Clay Bronzer. I absolutely love this bronzer. I think this is probably like the second or the third one that I've gone through, and it is absolutely amazing, you guys. Like, I love it. Like, it gives like a really like natural finish and glow, especially when you're wanting to do like those really natural looks. So this is absolutely amazing. So I am actually going to use brush F110, which is actually the angled blush brush, but during the description I read that it can actually also be used for bronzer as well. So I love the fact that this brush is like a multitasker, so it can definitely be used for more than one purpose. So I'm going to just take a little bit of this bronzer here, tap any excess, and just lightly go just on the sides of my face. Oh, it's so soft. It's a really soft brush. Again, tap. And when it comes to bronzing, like, I like to be as light as possible. I don't like to go really too intense, unless my skin, just getting a little bit of the corner excess here, unless my skin like absolutely like needs it, because I'm too pale, and usually I get pale really in the wintertime and in the fall. But like spring and summer, I just like to keep it light for just kind of like a touch of that glowy tan look. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So I'm actually going to go into the F120 now. This is actually a contour brush. I actually don't have any like liquid products for contouring. However, I will use this for the sides of my nose just because I think, in my opinion, my nose is probably a little bit wide. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and then just use it for the sides of my nose. Again, just try to keep it light. So kind of create a little bit of definition. So I think this brush is perfect for that. So this is probably kind of like a funny thing, but I actually like to focus on my my eyebrows and then down to my cheeks again. So again, you can do this like in any order that you want. If you want to go straight for the blush next, that's up to you. But for some reason, I actually like to go straight to my eyebrows and then down to the blush. So I need to define my eyebrows, obviously, a little bit. So I will use the brush E400. So this one has like the multi-end, so this one has sort of like the brush on the side and then the actual like applier on the end. So this is amazing. I love dual brushes like these. So I'm just going to brush my eyebrows a bit, kind of get them a little bit defined. Ooh, hiccup. And then I'm going to be using, I actually use eyeshadows whenever I want to like fill in or define my brows. Eyeshadows give like a really natural look, which I like. So I'm going to be using Ulta Beauty eyeshadow in the color Coffee Bean. So, and you always want to go lighter a little bit than what your hair color is. So my hair color looks black, but mine is actually like super, super dark brown. So I think this Coffee Bean is a really good color. So I'm just going to take a little bit and start filling in the gaps. And like again, I'm all about like using eyeshadows because I just love the natural look that they give. And then when it comes to filling in and defining your brows, you know, I heard this somewhere and I completely agree, you guys. Your eyebrows are sisters and they're not twins. So the more natural you can make them look and not too identical, the better, in my opinion. Because I don't know about you, but usually I feel like one eyebrow is like so different from the other. So I've noticed that people try so hard to make them super, super identical that it kind of takes away from the naturalness. So I always keep that in the back of my mind that my brows are sisters. They're not one and the same, and they are not twins. So I just like to do the best that I can without making them too perfect. Because I really like natural. To keep everything in place throughout the whole day, I use Maybelline's Clear Transparent Great Lash Mascara. To believe it or not, which right now it's not as clear, obviously, because, you know, hence I've been using it a lot, so it probably looks a little bit disgusting, but this is amazing to actually keep your eyebrows in check throughout the whole entire day. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this. And this is the reason why I like to, after I use bronzer, why I like to head straight to my brows after. It's because I want to give the opportunity for this product to dry while I'm doing the rest of my face. Heading to blush now. I will be using Butter London's blush in the color Tiger Lily. It's super gorgeous, and I've actually gotten a lot of compliments with this, so I'll be using that for today's look. So with this, I am taking F111 blush brush. So this one has a rounder tip, as you can tell from the angled one. The angled one will always give more of a defined look, but the rounder tips will always give sort of more of like a natural look, which is what I'm kind of going for right now. So I'm just going to dab a little bit of this. And you always want to build up. You never want to start strong, so you always want to slowly, slowly build up. I'm not so much into like, you know, brushing it. I like to really dab it on so that I know that the product is really getting onto my skin, and it actually makes it stay longer that way if you kind of dab. I don't think I need more than that because I think it's good as it is. Yeah. I like it. With that, I'm actually going to be using Nars Orgasm Blush. So since this one is kind of really translucent in my opinion, it does have a little bit of glow, so I'm actually going to put just a tiny bit of that at the top. So I will be using the same brush, the F111, and then just kind of do a little bit of that because I think this has more of like a glow highlighter to it, which is kind of nice. So I'm just doing it just right at the top. So up next, I will be using the gel eyeliner Maybelline Eye Studio in the color Blackest Black. The reason why I'm going to be using this is because I'll have the opportunity to use this brush, which is the eyeliner brush in E110. So honestly, it's been ages since the last time I ever had an eyeliner brush, and I definitely want to use it on this because I lost the brush to this. So let's get a little bit of this stuff. And as weird as it may be, if I don't use a product for a while, I actually like to kind of like heat it up a bit in my hand. So I'll usually kind of heat it up, or I'll kind of go, which is a weird thing to do, I know. But I feel like it kind of warms up the product a bit. So far, so good. I feel like it's been ages since the last time I actually put black eyeliner on my eye. Because normally I go for like brown on a daily basis, but since I have this brush, this is like the opportunity to really test it out and to try it out. So that's why I'm going for black this time around. And don't feel that you guys need to be like super perfect with this, because honestly it's always like a trial and error when it comes to these liners. So I'm just doing just a little tiny tip. I don't want to go full out cat eye, so I'm just doing a tiny tip in the corner. And a good trick also is if you are like at a table or on a desk or something and you feel like you're not having a steady hand, just put your elbow right on top, and that will actually give you a steady hand if you need it. But this brush, I'm really liking it. I think it really makes the whole process easier, which is amazing. So up next, it is time to curl my lashes. And this needs to get cleaned because that is a no-no. Wow, okay. That just fell apart. I think it's time. Maybe it's time that I should get a new one. I don't know. The one I use is the Revlon, so okay, let's curl these lashes. And a trick that I use is that I actually like to blow on this a little bit to kind of apply some heat, because I feel like it actually makes the curls on my lashes last a little longer throughout the day. Or you can use a blow dryer or whatever. Weird things that I do. And weird faces that I make whenever I apply mascara as well, so be prepared. So the mascara that I love to use, and it's my favorite so far of all time, is Arbonne. It's a long story mascara. I love this mascara because it's like, it's natural, it's organic, so it doesn't contain anything terrible that you would normally find in mascaras. So it actually makes me more comfortable to know that I am applying something that is just good on my lashes, because to me, my eyes are very important to me. So this is actually my third tube, and there is a lot of product in this that honestly it feels like it lasts for ages. So I usually use always the newest one for my upper lashes, and any product that I still have a bit left over, I use them for my bottom lashes. So obviously I actually use all of these three. So this is the newest tube, and I just love it. And I also really like just like how well and how long it really holds everything together. And I just realized that my hair tie fell, so push the hair back. I like to just wiggle, and I'm always the one that turns the wand, so I try to make sure that I get the product all the way around. And again, I take my time. And if at all you ever end up getting like mascara like on your lids or anything, just take a Q-tip and that'll remove it right off. So no worries. And honestly, I'm the kind of person that gets mascara everywhere. So there's always like a Q-tip. So with mascara, without mascara. So this mascara is amazing. And I will be removing any mascara on my lids at the very end. So then I'm gonna take one of these ones here and then use them for my bottom lash, because I always like to have my bottom lashes really defined, because that's super important to me. Yep, weird face. And then whatever I have left over, I just go back and apply at the top. So then I'm just going to take a Q-tip and just remove anything, any mascara that I might have gotten. This one here is what I use for my bottom waterline, and it is Wet n Wild's Calling Your Bluff eye pencil. So I love this because I just love the natural color, the natural look that it gives. So I use this for my bottom waterline. Because it kind of helps to like hide away sort of like any redness I might have. And I think it just makes your eyes pop a little bit more, but in a really nice and natural way. And then for my upper waterline, I like to use, I think this one's called Italia. It's actually a brand that I get over at Mexico, so they do not have it here in the US, and it's actually like those ones that you get over like at the markets for like 10 cents or something. So this one is in black. So I'm going to use this for the upper just to kind of define my upper waterline a little bit more. So this is gonna get kind of weird. So if you guys are kind of iffy about these things, then look away. So you can kind of see like without and then with how it's kind of defined a little bit more. For the lips, I will be using Bobbi Brown's Crushed Lipstick in the color Cezanne Nude. One of those nudes that you can actually just kind of build up. So if you want like a really natural look, just kind of do it one time. If you want it a little bit more bolder, a little bit more intense, then you just do it at least 2 or 3 times. So this color is really pretty if you're wanting sort of like that neutral, natural look. Gorgeous. Very pretty, you guys. I think I'm actually going to leave it just like at 1 because I like it where it's at. But I'm all about like nude lipsticks. Not that I don't love bold lipsticks, because I do wear bold every now and then, but I'm just really all about the nudes. And this one is just absolutely gorgeous. I just love it. And I think it can complement any skin tone. For the finale, I will be using a setting spray. This is NYX Matte Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. So I use this at the very end just because, again, I have like oily to combination skin, so I want to make sure that my makeup lasts a little bit longer throughout the day. So I'm just going to spritz this on. And we are done. So what do you guys think? What do you think about this look? I think it's very light. I mean, aside from kind of like the really minimal cat eye that's going on up here, I think the rest of it is just really light, really neutral, which is what I love. I love these kinds of looks that are super light, especially since we're like in the spring, approaching the summertime. So I'm all about like these really natural, neutral looks. And if you want to, you know, kind of create a pop, I think adding a black minimal cat eye or eyeliner just makes the look just really classy, and I just love it. These brushes are absolutely amazing, and I think they did such a fine job at just creating the look that I was really going for, that I was wanting. I like the fact that this can be used for either blush or for either bronzing. Also for contouring, which is, again, I like to define the side of my nose a little bit more, so I think this is perfect, especially if you're the kind of person who doesn't own any creams, you know, to do actually like contouring, because I don't. I lean more towards, you know, using bronzer instead. So I think this is just perfect to kind of define the side of my nose. I like this one that it's a multitasker, so it can be used for blush to create more of a defined blush, or to use it for bronzing. Which I am really impressed, and I think it did such a good job at that. I think this was absolutely incredible to create that natural look that I still like and that I usually go for when it comes to defining my brows. The dual end is actually a bonus, I think, in my opinion, so I think it worked really well. This round tipped blush brush was really good at just kind of creating that definition that I was looking for, but in a really like nice, subtle, natural way, which I really liked. And then this eyeliner brush, I think it did an absolutely amazing job. Again, you know, it's all about just kind of taking your time and going slow, and I think it did an incredible job at just creating that look that I was really going for. So yeah, these brushes are absolutely amazing, and if you guys want to try these brushes for yourself, I will actually be including a coupon code at the bottom within the description for you guys, so you can actually get like a discount on these brushes, but definitely try them out, you know, test them out, and if you do, let me know your thoughts and what you think. So that concludes my makeup look. So let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if you would like to see more videos of you know, just kind of doing some looks for you guys. This is probably just kind of like one of my favorites that I like to do whenever I'm in the mood for like a cat eye. And again, I wanted to keep it kind of minimal and just, you know, but with a really nice classy pop to it. So let me know. Please subscribe to my video as it would mean the world to me. Give this video a thumbs up. Again, let me know within the comments what you think about this look and if you want to see more looks and what you would like to see. So yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you again soon. Bye.